Just so we get to everything in the time we have, I also have been receiving some questions about the Early Childhood Learning Center on campus, which I understand provides childcare and learning services to students, children, and faculty children?
Correct, both.
So what's the status of that program?
It's a good question. There's been a lot of rumors on campus that the program is scheduled for elimination or dramatic reduction. It's just the opposite. 2 years ago, when we were starting to go through the budget process, we looked at every budget line on the campus. That's one. And it was looked at, and at that time it was decided not to cut that program. In the process of looking at that program, we also, or I learned that there was a long waiting list to get into the program, and we simply didn't have the staff or the space to increase the service to both the students and to the faculty and staff who use that center. So we've been studying how we can expand the center. And we haven't figured that out yet. We're now kind of stuck on space is one of the issues that because there's both desired amounts of space per student, per child, but also legal requirements, and space is at a premium on any college campus. In fact, the center now is separated into two different locations, which then creates some inefficiency, of course, in staffing. So we're still looking at alternatives, but the goal is to enhance the Early Childhood Learning Center, both in terms of the staffing and the space, but for the most part in the opportunities that we can give to parents to utilize that service. It's funded by three sources. The students, through their activity fees, put money into it. We put money into it from a state agency standpoint, and then of course the parents that use it put money into it as a fee. So we're trying to find what's the best combination of that to enhance the services. But no discussion, to my knowledge, there's not been a discussion of elimination.
I've heard the prices parents pay may be going up.
It could be. That's one of the options we're looking at, but nothing has been decided yet.
Okay. What's the value in terms of having that here? We've heard that there are students who attend CW just because they know that's there.
Yeah, its initial and probably still primary purpose is student access. So increasingly, students are becoming what is still called non-traditional students, meaning there's not the 18-year-old right out of high school single. More and more students are coming to us with children. It's both for husband and wife combinations or single parents. And childcare is very, very difficult to obtain. It's typically very expensive, and it doesn't always fit the life rhythms of a student. So you create these programs to really provide access to that group. We also then, since you have it, can extend it to faculty and staff as well. And it becomes because faculty life particularly also doesn't always fit the, kind of the more traditional 8 to 5 rhythm. They teach early morning classes, late evening classes, they come and they go. So having a center that is more tailored to that is what motivates universities to do that. And then of course we love, because we're educators, to not make it the more traditional daycare center, sometimes called the warehousing model, and to make sure that it's an enriching experience as well, because these are students that are going to be hopefully college students, 18 years from now. So it's kind of a win-win-win, and that's the motivation for doing it.
Okay. The CWU is unveiling a new website later this month?
We are, very soon. It's actually ready. All of us that are excited about it thought the moment it's ready and it's out of its beta testing phase, we'd stick it up, and then we realized that was the week before finals week, and that lots of students, faculty, and staff navigate to those sorts of activities through the website. So changing it during its highest use might not be the smartest, fairest idea for us. So really, when finals week is over and grades are in, we'll put the new website up. We'll for those folks who remain on at the university, and we'll try and break the website. We'll try to push every button to see if everything is linked up correctly. And then when we come back from hiatus in January, we'll have a new website up, one that I think is will be much easier to navigate, one that employs a lot of the more current thoughts on information architecture, and one that has a feature that I think everyone in town will like, or actually in our larger community. On the homepage, on the first page you look at, will be a little calendar. And that calendar will have a filter on it. I want to see all the athletic events, and boom, those will come up. I want to see all the art performance events, boom, those will come up. I want to see all the academic lectures that are going on, boom, those will come up. So it'll be a way for the community not only to navigate into the sites, but also to get a quick look at what's happening on the campus. For the most part, that's the whole university, but a lot of the activities, because of the nature of the residential campus, will be Ellensburg-based.
And that adds to the mobile site too, which sounds like it's
we have a
some
mobile
traffic.
site. Yeah, everybody should go to. Everybody who has an iPhone, head off to the Apple Store. It's a free website. This information is on there. The directory is on there. Map locations are on there. Everything is now, CWU is mobile.
Okay. I think we just have about a minute left. Anything else you can think of?
One quick thing: I couldn't be prouder of our entire university. As some may know, we went through an accreditation process about 2 years ago. There were a couple of findings on there having to do with our planning and our budgeting and our information systems not always talking to each other correctly. We just received, in fact, this week, I received a letter from the Accrediting Council. They not only removed those findings, but gave us commendations on our strategic plan, on our information system, and on our budgeting systems, and on our general institutional research activities. So not only did we address them, but we addressed them to way more than their satisfaction. We did all that while the campus was going through all the budget and structural changes. So there's hundreds of people that should be patting themselves on the back for that.
That's great. Well, thanks for joining us for this edition of On the Record. We welcome your questions. Feel free to email me at jmarkell@kvnews.com or post questions on the Daily Record's Facebook page, and I will try to have them answered. Thank you very much, and thank you, Dr.
Thank you.